Right, test audio 1 2 1 2. And let's go. Alright guys, welcome to a new setup. Do you think it's different? It's definitely different to me. Well, a couple of changes. I'm wearing this again, so you won't get that annoying audio from last reaction. And yeah, I want to say that last couple of reactions have went well. I'm definitely going to continue doing this. I'm a bit slow to it, which is a bit annoying, but I always try and make up for double episodes. And to be honest, I'm just enjoying the series. I just want to see that the tiny moments, the specs. The biggest thing to me is because I've already seen it. I want to see the specs. I want to know the tiny little aspects. The tiny little aspects make the biggest of differences between me putting ratings on episodes. I can't remember what I put ratings on last time, but I want to reiterate. I'm going to change it slightly this time. Looking back when I was editing, and I was like, am I sure? Do I actually think episode 2 is better than episode 3? And I look back at it and I think episode 3 is better. The moment at which I was reacting, I felt so much more energy and just purposefulness in that third episode than when I was watching the second episode, which doesn't mean the second episode was bad. I just really felt a good moment in that third episode, so it really kept the momentum up for me. But that's all I want to clear up, and without further ado, I want to go straight into the reactions, and we will be there in 3 2 1.
Out of the way, Grandpa! I got a major withdrawal to make.
That is a harsh push. What do you think, guys?
What do you have that's non-fat with less than 3% sugar?
Napkins. What about you, kid?
That's savage. Come on, let's accept Gwen's point here. Healthy food on the right. Healthy food.
Your cash request has been
Okay, come
denied.
on. Let's go. It's very popular. Accelerate is the most popular. This is still top. Nope.
Where do you think you're going? Good work, Ben.
Oh, they really make you feel welcome here.
Just watch your cheeks. Vera's a pincher.
Max!
Vera!
Houses always smell like
This track is never ever really used. This very peaceful tune.
Ooh,
This is quite like a rare track, I have to be honest.
Now, what are these brown chunks in the mold?
Pork chops, and the white parts are cauliflower. So, Ben, what have
Definitely
you been
not.
doing so far this
No.
summer?
You said it so loudly, I thought Vera would have heard that.
Gotta get out of here.
The creepiest transformation in the whole entire series. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The ghost sound effects are so, like, they're so detailed, almost so frighteningly detailed. That looks like a regular show scene. The effects are so strong, I can feel it in my... Oh my gosh. It's actually quite uncomfortable. But in like a good way, because that just shows how effective it is. It's like infinite houses. That's one way to prove that flat Earth's not real. The way you can just see the curvature. Oh, the music. I'll actually show you this one. I'll show you this track.
Pop on the back of your head. I swear. What kind of vitamins are these freaky old people taking?
Vitamin Z.
Come on!
They really put an effort into it. This was a kid's show as well, by the way.
Okay. What just happened here?
But that one scene, that single-handedly proves how scary they can make it in the classic.
Aunt Vera's in bed.
Seriously?
Out. Aunt Vera was hurt.
Ah, she's old. She'll forget. Okay, I
Not
say
bad,
I go
not bad.
forearms
Good
and
comeback
check out
from Ben.
Marty's apartment.
Well, maybe we should do some investigating, but you stay as you are. Us old fogies don't forget as much as you think.
The Max moment.
Ever since you've had that watch,
Great
you're like
Max.
a magnet for the weird.
So I don't see how they're not that phased by that. They must be more phased by that than they did.
Where did your grandfather go?
He said he was going for an early walk.
We need to get to that trap door by the dumpster.
It's well effective, this music. If you remember very well the Limax.
Run!
That is a bullet. That's not even. At that point, is it even considered hockey?
Guys, what's going on?
They're everywhere!
I know. Come here. I'll protect you.
Let's get out of here!
The betrayal-like sound. And betrayal of Max. Or is it?
This is not good!
Got it!
Mutt language.
Scary, I'm starting to speak mutt.
That's because Gwen is clearly a bit superpowerish, don't you think? That's why she can understand. It's no joke. Jeepers. Nice. Ooh, have that. There we go. That's a quite profound impact, given that many stalactites fell from up top
Seatbelts, remember?
ceiling.
Look out!
That must be like full speed Walmart, the fastest mile that's ever traveled.
Freak show! What do I look like? A crash test dummy?
Listen, I don't know what it is, but I picked up some kind of scent in here.
So Ben's still getting a scent after the transformation. Like he's not getting it, but like he's still aware of that scent, like with complete understanding, not even like half understanding.
Retirement village has been potted up.
How have they? That is some weak ship. If it's gonna produce like, an open signal that easily.
You guys really burn me up.
There we go. If you see my most recent video, I included this in it. Check out Earth series.
Now I'm going to return the favor.
They hate water! Aunt Vera, when she was in the kitchen!
Ben should recognize that earlier. Well early in the episode.
The golf cart.
Crew service here.
Are those not marinated eggs in the Mac? Oh, he went inside. So the ship leaves. We know that Limax don't return, but that is actually one of the coolest ships that they've made, I have to admit. That's pretty cool. And it's really fast as well. That's probably the fastest
We should put them all back.
leaves, for like probably one of the highest Earth escape velocities I think I've seen of any rocket in this series.
I'll see if Accelerate can help out.
Don't be strangers.
We won't.
Bye, Aunt Vera!
So the shells don't require water; they just require impact.
Road.
You're kidding, right?
So he's protective.
Of course, dear.
He's protective about like revealing his alien identity here, but we know that he doesn't act the same like that. Eventually, he wants to reveal his Omnitrix. And that's this, but supposedly return didn't return. Alright. Stop recording there. OBS has been like the biggest joke fair of a long time. I don't know what it's doing today, but it's not being very nice to me. But okay, as for the episode itself, so let's should we go off with the rating first? I think we should, because then that's the entertainment factor. So out of 10, 9 is like the minimum mark for all classic episodes. The last time I didn't say, no, I did say, I think I said like 9.1, 9.2, whatever. But basically, the anime episode is slightly lower, so it's like 9.1-ish. The other episode is like 9.2-ish. It's quite hard for me to push like rankings. Like every good reaction has like, it's gonna be maybe like 0.1 higher, because like I want the good episodes to properly stand out. Like, I don't want every episode to just be 10. That's biased. I want to put like a proper ranking. I don't want to make it easy to rank these episodes all the way up to the top like that. So I want to be strict. So if you see episode ever in the future that has 10 rating, you know I like it. Is what I want to say. And yeah, so this episode's ranking in terms of rating will be 9. Oh wait, is this going to be as good as the last one? No, I think it's like. Is it better than the anime episode? I don't think it is. I think I'm going to give this 9.1 as well. I'm going to give it 9.1, right. That is the rating. Do what you want on that. Pick your rating. Put it in the comment section below. Do that. But as for the episode discussion, so a couple of things. So you guys know that about the Limax. The Limax is an alien species. It's this species that essentially migrated to Earth. They're trying to expand the operations using the underground heat because it's warm, and they basically try to survive at this point. And they're just one of these many aliens that we learn about. Limax, however, has a very different story to all the other villains. They don't make a return. Saying that, were they good in this episode? Yes, they had the best part about the Limax is the way they display the horror. That the atmosphere in this episode is absolutely phenomenal, like in terms of like the horror factor. The story is pretty good, but I don't push with it so much. Like, I still feel that it's slightly hindered. In fact, I might give it a plus 0.1. I might give it a 9.2. You know what? After thinking about the Ghost Freak transformation, that one moment has given me the motivation to upgrade it to 9.2. But otherwise, it's just like the episode has everything I need, but there is no Limax like story or arc or anything up beyond this point. So knowing this information is prevented me from pushing this episode to, because overall the episode itself literally has like barely any deficits or like any bad elements. So realistically, with a good arc or anything else that carried on in the future with this episode could have been like easily like a 9.4 or like 5 even, probably even a 5. Like that's how impressive this episode could have been. But there's a proper hindrance knowing that this is their one time only. And I know there's a lot of villain of the week moments and everything that happens anyways. But here, I because of how good it is, like, you hope more, but then you get pushed right back down knowing that. And overall, in the episode itself, everything's almost is great, but there's sometimes just that awkward silence and that moment. Because I look for the tiny specks, the tiny little moments that stand out. The music's perfectly fine. It's just the quiet moments. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not too indulged sometimes with it. And that's just partially because the action's a bit, they're trying to control it a bit. They're not really adding humour to it to make me smile again. But like, as in like I'm not saying that smiling is defining how good the episode is, but I would like a laugh or smile, maybe a good joke there, just push the episode up within this awkward silence. There's little 5 segment gaps that keep repeating through the episode that are a bit like that, but that doesn't mean I dislike the episode. Obviously, you know that I could give you a 9.5 potential. So that episode is that. I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's a really good episode. Do watch it yourself, and hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will react to the other episodes soon, or maybe even later after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Hello everyone, this is part 2. We have released the second video, and we are back with episode 5. Wait, what episode are we? Episode 5, aren't we? I can't do math. We get to 1, we do 1, 2, 3, 2. We did 2 and 3 last time. Yeah, we're doing episode 5. Hunted. Okay, I don't actually remember anything about this episode at the moment, but when I go into the video, when I watch the video, I'll probably most likely remember it, but this is something that I've just been waiting to do for so long, and I just feel so happy about being able to do this classic series. So all my intentions are, but I hope this is going to beat the record. Last episode only got like a 9.2 or something, but that was only because of the fact that obviously there was no continuity with the Limax. But as for now, I want to see if this can beat it. So without further ado, we're going to get into this reaction, and I hope it goes well. Okay, right for the action. Feels like it's a ship. Oh,
The audition.
the bounty hunters. You know. Let's go. Crab with a K. Okay. Oh, this is from the first episode. Not effective at all. And took out the robot from the first episode. That usually.
Impressive. You are all hired. Your
Relax.
objective is to retrieve the Omnitrix.
I love the way he breathes, like Darth Vader.
Succeeds, collects the reward. Do not disappoint me.
He's very menacing, I'll tell you that now. Relax is very menacing and very much in the vibe. Training. Ooh, custom music. Is that custom Diamond Head music? The Kirby dots in the background.
Remember to think out there, Ben. Don't just try to muscle it. Might isn't always right.
I know. This is a very important quote for the rest of the series. And future, but you'll see what I mean. That's impressive, you know. That's impressive. Good
Show
training.
off.
That is painful, but
Oops, my bad.
You rockhead, you almost turned me into Swiss cheese.
I said I was sorry. What else do you want?
What we want is for you to take that thing on your wrist more seriously, Ben. It's not a toy. You've
I mean, he says thing, but he knows what it is. Max knows.
But come on.
So they can track you, basically. The DNA signatures are left behind, and they're using they somehow managed to track these signatures of DNA by some transmission, which is very impressive, actually. I didn't think about it too much. That cable got pulled out. I mean, clearly here, Tetrax is the tough one. Also, his power scaling is insane. Look. I mean, it's just like absurd, but
Looks like nobody's home.
it's fantastic.
For a while. My
Also, I love this setting. I love these desert settings whenever they do this. For some reason, there's just something so cool about it, with the grainy effect. You know what, in my thumbnails I always do grainy effects as well.
Why does everything out of your mouth sound like a book report?
Aha! I think I found the problem. Leaky fuel line.
Oh, we're gonna see this more often. This is the Grandpa Max count. How many times the rust bucket gets battered.
Forearms. No, wait. Upgrade.
I think you've done enough, Ben. I'll handle this.
Okay.
Hey, other people can learn as well.
Just check this.
I mean, you can't really blow everything up unless there's like heat blast at the moment.
Talk about old school. Look at all this junk.
Ben?
I mean, he could, but yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. He doesn't take it seriously initially. When he's a kid. And look, yeah, I mean, he played himself. 6 is actually amazing. I really liked him as a... Back in the day, he was my favourite, one of those bounty hunters. I've liked,
What's the matter, Gwen?
I like Tedrox now more.
Look like you've seen a ghost. Freak. Dream.
I don't think they know it's a kid.
Boy. What's he talking about?
The way he does
Why
that.
else would some alien track you down?
That's like a one-time moment as well. It rarely happens.
You don't have
Thing.
It's like a standoff, Mexican standoff.
Do you know this one? Now you see me. Now you don't.
I mean, he's not interested in Gwen anyways. He's already mentioned it. This is one of the Crab's moments. You get to see Crab in full detail, which you don't often see.
Dim-witted.
So he can see extra neurites. Now we'll be playing one of the games soon, and you'll see.
Now solidified, making it easier to do.
See, that is protoplasm. Is essentially the cover.
Payback.
So if he's out of his ghost form, where he's completely invisible, does he feel the impact? Like, what's the extent of impact he feels? He's still a ghost. Ooh. I'd also see that in a barn, but you know what?
Okay.
That lift was
That was
impressive.
even weirder than when I normally go ghost freak.
Come on, let's get out of here.
There's the
before
hint, there's the
Kate
hint.
wakes up.
That might be the title. There's that hint.
What happened?
That is where the Ghost Freak arc begins.
Jumbo-sized crustacean
No
burst
one
out of
knows
the
that.
ground
No
and
one knows
attacked
it.
Ben. It said it wanted the watch. Only it kept calling it the Omnitrix.
Just let me go forearms and I'll turn
I
it
bet
into
you,
a seafood
I bet you,
fish.
Grandpa Max knows that's the Omnitrix.
Repairs are done. We're out of here.
But Grandpa!
Also, he fixed that during the time where they're fighting. Again, a second time, Ross back in.
Beats me!
The way it's a meme. That is a meme because of the way Grandpa Max is so proud of it. Unfortunately, that happens, but he's so proud of it. Are they fighting? They were fighting for a second. That did.
Here, the coast is clear.
Don't you get tired of being wrong all the time?
The Omnitrix. Give it to me.
Gwen quotes right there. Also, this track doesn't play often either. This track's quite uncommon. Mike Metz has made these tracks, so I'm not sure where to find them from. See, that's impressive. That's probably the biggest feat of Max
Pathetic excuse
so
for
far.
prey.
So far. Yeah, they are fighting, but they are. Okay.
We got company closing in fast.
We need a plan.
Yes! Who needs a plan when you have the watch?
So at the moment, it's just calling it the watch.
No, Ben. That's just what it wants.
Okay, so Max is just seeing green beam. You're not actually seeing the transformation, which obviously makes sense.
Ben!
Ben has got a lot to learn.
Ben, come on!
Back off.
He's not very good with Diamond Head at the moment.
It's mine.
Even as mechanical as they are. Well, we know 6 is kind of, but yeah.
Your choice of warriors is
When he's talking into the horizon, you know he's a smart guy.
Do you ever pause to
Asmus does that as well.
at all? Hey, I kick more than my share of
That's a
aliens,
quote as well.
but such
That's a quote. That's a quote.
Success in the good and evil. Then whose side are you on? You're still alive, aren't you? You're a good guy? My mission
Good
is to
guy
retrieve
story
the Omnitrix
begins.
at all costs.
I love those little tools and mechanical parts. So at this point, you don't realise what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, Tetrax is so OP in this episode. It's impressive.
Alright, hero time.
Ben won't learn sometimes, but sometimes he will. And you'll know what I mean. Those bullet holes.
Remember to think out there, Ben. Don't just try to muscle it. Might isn't always right.
Twice diamond hair as well, actually.
Solely on brute strength, without regard for any strategy. Do you ever pause to consider your actions at all?
Do you ever pause to consider actions? Is also a very popular quote, which I think is completely correct in all circumstances. So this basically introduces grey matter at this point. This shows the significance of Galvins.
Get off me, you tiny little...
And also he's very small in this. So there's nerve clusters even within mechanical parts. It's quite impressive. Yes, Max, there we go. Even being flipped around on the ground like that, that's actually quite a profound impact.
I hate this planet.
I mean, at that point, Grey Matter jumping away from that situation is pretty impressive. I don't understand how he did that. There must have been a leap. He must have leaped. Also that. We don't ever see that again. That's basically like a container, basically a null void, except it's not a null void, it's just like, it's just an encapsulator. Because we know they get freed at some point anyways.
Oh man, are you serious?
But it's probably like level 15, level 10, 15 tech.
Disinformation.
Huh? He lied.
I mean, Gwen knows that, which is quite impressive in itself.
Sensors indicate the omni.
Does he know that it's Tetrax who betrayed?
It would appear
Probably.
the creature who possesses the Omnitrix is as clever as it is fierce. But I shall not be denied.
Alright, reaction. Let's do the rating first. Now, with a good thought in mind, is this gonna be a 9.2? What do you think? Is it a 9.2 for you? Because for me it is. Is it a 9.3 for me? It is. Is it a 9.4? It is. Is it a 9.5? It is. Is it a 9.6? Not quite. It's a 9.5, which is a substantial number from the previous ones, which have basically peaked at 9.2. So you can clearly see where I'm at. This episode is incredible. It's like one of the most iconic episodes, and single-handedly, it features so well with everything that we know about Ben so far, and clumps it together with the idea of bounty hunters, which I obviously absolutely love. And I've already said that. If you've seen my Bread Him to Earth series, you know that like 6-6 I fought him in there. I don't really express how I liked him, but like 6-6, he has mechanical parts. His voice is amazing. The way he speaks is really cool. His jetpacks I just love. Like the way it works. It's not like some casual jetpack. It's like some proper rapid like zooming jetpack that like spins around like crazy, and like it's not ordinary. It's like a very horizontal jetpack as well. It like if you ever see him, it blasts mostly horizontally. He's got these mechanical little pieces and like little objects that like come out from the back and the front, like little things like claws, any wrenches or anything, any sticks, weapons, rockets. It's all in there, and and the blade. It's just the accumulation of that builds into a character with a lot of different roles, and I like that part about him. Like that's why obviously I liked him back in the day the most. Nowadays I like Tetrax slightly more, just because I know the personality of him, and I know he's a good guy. That kind of bumps it up. But then the best part about him is like obviously his strength, his immunity, and his diamond-headedness of being able to do those things that Diamond Head does, which also means that there's a huge Diamond Head feature in this. But yeah, like the best part of Tetrax is just honestly, it could even be the humor or like just the seriousness of him. It's like both ends of like what make a character ideal. So that is defined them too. The Crab is kind of in between. He exists, but he's also equally just interesting. He's menacing, is what I'll say. Yeah, Vilgax is obviously the most menacing, like literally looking over everyone in his ship, recovering. And obviously, I love the original like Vilgax whole ship. I don't quite remember the name of the Vilgax ship. I don't think there was a specific given name, but I'd imagine there would be. If there isn't, then I'm gonna call it Destroyer the Third. That's what I'm gonna call him for now. You can name it whatever you want. Put in the comment section what you think of it should be called for the Vilgax ship, but I'm just gonna call it that, the Destroyer Third. And obviously, the Destroyer Third hosts the whole range of robots and whatever. And Ben made a lot of transformations within this episode, but especially learning the ways of transforming, learning about how to transform, the reasons, and like showing the insignificance of Ben's actions at the moment. And that's the best part about it, is the Ben's arc, which is obviously not explained very often. So that is that, and I've been waiting for that to happen. And Ben's story and character is always a good sign. What's lacking for it to be about like a 9.6 or above? Because that's obviously a very high range for episodes. Well, it has to really stick out. That like initially when I opened up this episode, I didn't realize where it was. So that like it's not something that always it sits in the back of my head. The quotes do, but not the entire episode. It's the humor that lacks. Like for me, a great episode also needs a culmination of humor. Nowadays, it's always a meta, and it's obviously for good reason. The humor nowadays it's a bit counterintuitive to the seriousness and everything that matters. But then at the same time, it's just a stable part of episodes and everything nowadays. It's like a common feature, but then if you do it correctly, it goes so well with an episode, which obviously humor does go a long way, especially when it goes the right way. So yeah, I'm personally a fan of having that aspect in it, so that prevents it from being a 9.6. The transformations, they're all perfect. Almost everything's good except for that one aspect, and to be honest, there's some points at which that I feel there was not like there was two, like I mean there's two Diamond Head actions. The second one could have had more development to it, and I generally, the way the episode works, everything goes all right and works well, but it doesn't define like something that's as if it's like staring into my soul, and I feel like I will remember this because I clearly did not remember all of it, which doesn't mean I don't like the episode. I don't have the biggest memory of this episode because it's not something that I always reference when I think of the classic series. I'd remember the quotes, of course, but some things don't sit as easily in my mind because there's a lot of competition in the classic series. The classic series is a very serious series for me because it's my favourite. So there's a lot of competition. There's the boundary from the 9.6, 9.7 is the competition between the other episodes that prevents me from saying that that this is the most memorable episode. I'll rewatch it again, and I would sit around thinking about everything, little tiny aspect. Because if I think about tiny aspects of an episode, you know I like the episode the most. And I did spot a couple of things here and there, but I didn't feel the complete. So I'm gonna rewatch these episodes. Like I have rewatched them, but if I really feel it, that I just feel like, I came out of that episode, I'm like, oh my gosh. Basically, if I'm reacting to an episode that I've already seen, and I make like a reaction as if it's a completely new reaction, then I'm fascinated to know more at that particular moment in time, and that's a big deal for me. Here, I felt that even after a long time, I'm loving the episode, but I didn't feel like the absolute need of I'm laughing and I'm thinking about every single tiny aspect. I'm just going crazy about it, but I'm like very happy about it. There's a fine margin, but my system is very fine margins between a grading towards it getting 9.6, 9.7, whatever. So that is that. So that is the reaction so far. I hope you guys enjoyed. There should be more episodes to come. This episode and the other episode will be released, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a bunch of cooked videos, ideas that you will not want to miss out on, and even some shorts. Check out my shorts, check out my Twitch, check out all my channels, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.